I'm the best rapper alive. I'ma say that shit. Yeah, I'ma say that shit. You wanna know why I'ma say that shit?
Class in session, I'm killing it without a vessel or weapon. Give the record a second, and watch me go hard like I called an erection. I hit the boom, boom, boom. I'm out of my vessel with this one. Just call me Shane too.
Music is my life. The only way that I wrote my music was actually because I went through a lot of stuff when it came to like my parents, because I came from a broken home. So most of my rhymes came from basically my pain and my hurt. Some of these people, they rap, but they rap and really don't have a reason to rap. But me, I can still talk about my pain and hurt still to this day. I can still talk about my brothers. I can talk about my sister. I can talk about me not having good Christmases and all that type of shit. I can still talk about that type of stuff. So when it comes to music and how it affected my life, music was my gateway from keeping me sane, from not killing somebody or not really like trying to hurt nobody. It kept me out of the streets. That's what music really did for me. And on top of that, music also created enemies for me, but also created a lot of friends and a lot of networking for me too. So, you know, it affected my life a lot of different ways. You know what I'm saying? I kind of started getting into poetry a little bit, so the poetry turned into me actually like spitting to a song. So it was me and one of my homies. His name is Antonio. That he went by Triggered In. I don't know what he goes by now, you know, but that's neither here or there. But we basically got together and we went to his, I want to say cousin's studio, and it was Murder Club. They was called Murder Club, and basically they showed me the way, man. That's what it was. Like my first song, like when I wrote it, it wasn't even like me spitting it to like, you know, a lot of people. It was like me just writing it and me hopping straight into the booth and learning how to spit like right there in the booth. That's how it went for me, pretty much. So yeah, basically many names. It was first they called me Lil Twister, but that shit was just kind of corny because I obviously was a twister already. But my first name was actually Checkmate, but we tried to copyright the name, and the name is actually copywritten by many others. So there was this girl named Jessica Nikowski or something, Nikowski, I want to say like that, but she basically was like, yo, why don't you use your name, because your name is uncommon, you know. So I was like, all right, cool. She spelled it out the way it is. My real name is spelled Cloyce, but she spelled it out Kloiss, so she actually had division for it. So I was just like, oh shit, so I ran with it, really. So there's actually a female that came up with my name actually on some real shit. I would actually like listen to slow jams. That's what I would do. I would listen to a slow jam because it actually gets you into like a calmer state of mind. So then you can actually manifest anything that you're thinking about, basically. Because when you're actually in a calmer state of mind and you're actually listening to smoother tunes, you can actually think more. So I actually like to listen to more quiet and actually loud music before I get into my writing process, actually. My musical influences, I would say definitely Busta Rhymes. I would say Tech Nine. I would definitely say Outkast, and I would definitely say Michael Jackson. But like I said, with Michael Jackson, it was his creativity and just his way of grabbing people, basically grabbing people's attention just by his performance. It was his performance that I was amazed by. I'm one of the best in Aurora. Let me even go there. The only reason why I'm gonna say that is because I know there's a lot of people that put a lot of passion into what they do, but I know that there's a couple of us in this town that's actually the best at what we doing at. And I know some of us don't get that credit, but that's what I feel when it comes to the Aurora scene. And when it comes to also the Aurora scene, I feel like a lot of them are misguided, and I feel like it needs to be more guidance because they really don't know who actually the best are, and that actually the best are the well-kept secret, and I'm one of the well-kept secrets in Aurora, which is Kloiss. About shit, I've been rapping for like 19. I started beat making things. I've been doing beats for about 10 years. FL Studio. I probably got what? Killing the game with a terabyte, $3,000 worth of plugins. And pretty much I just plug it into any laptop. I got the program already, plug it to any laptop, and I'm pretty much in business. That's pretty much how it works. Everything is all on 1 terabyte. 47, which was from Do or Die. I collaborated with Versatile. I done collaborated. I done did more collaborations for people than people doing collaborations for me, actually. That's what's so crazy about me. So I done did a lot of collaborations for a lot of people in Aurora. I just don't name them because technically, like I said, I'm the well-kept secret. So they know who they are, and yeah, that's how I'm gonna keep that. But collaborations, I mean, on this new album that I'm doing, I'm not gonna have no collaborations. This new album's called the Marble Album, which is my last name, so it's literally something that I'm giving. So everything I'm talking now is actually gonna be spitting towards this album. So know the difference between the hip hop and the bubblegum chewy rappers. That's what I mean. That's what I say. Know the difference. That's what I feel like. That's the gap. The gap is knowing the difference. A lot of people want to call certain things hip hop, but to me it's not hip hop. I feel like it's more bubblegum rap. You know what I'm saying? And bubblegum rap to me is like just mumble, and really you just on lean and you doing all that stuff. But when you really doing hip hop, it's about what you're saying, what you're guiding, where you really trying to go. You feel what I'm saying? It's life. It's more to it than that. It's more like, it's like basically being this water, basically. That's what hip hop is about. It's basically being water. Knowing how to maneuver around when somebody says something on Facebook, and knowing how to hold back at times, and knowing how to make a move here and make a move there, and knowing when to take a back seat, and knowing when it's time to take a front seat. That's what really it's about in this business. It's about really knowing how to move, really knowing where you fit in at. Because some people feel like they should rap and some of them shouldn't rap. Some feel like this is what I should do, and really it's not what you should do. You should do something different. So I'm not going to elaborate on it too much, but that's my really like gap, is knowing the difference between mumble rappers and like hip hop rappers that really actually say something, that really actually like put their, I guess, soul into that shit, I guess you can say, you know. Woo, because this was a dope ass album, and one of my favorite songs is on this album, which is Cream. And still to this day, I still know the fucking chorus to that shit. Watch these rap niggas get all into your gut. Rich vanilla, butter, pecan, chocolate deluxe. Even caramel sundaes is getting touched and thrown in my ice cream truck. What's up? That's my shit. That's my shit. And shit. This is my other one, you know what I'm saying? Outkast, ATL, this is my shit. I mean, you know, this came out when I was a little shorty though, you know what I'm saying? So I can't talk about it too much, but the song that did elevate off this that everybody was, you know, bumping definitely was that Me and You, Your Mama and Your Cousin Too. Mm-hmm. Rolling down the strip, coming down, slamming Cadillac Jones, hey. And I gotta give it to my mans here, man. You already know, everybody know when you hold up this CD who this is, man. Kanye West Graduation, man. Yeah, this had a few cuts, man. It's too bad I can't really see them because I ain't seen this album in a minute. It's kind of covered up, but I know definitely a couple cuts on it. Definitely was Big Brother.
Everything I'm Not.
Everything I'm Not. What's it called?
Maybe
and then he had, then he had, man, The Good Life. There you go. That was the jam, man.
Homecoming.
You know what? You know what's so funny about that? That people don't know? That actually The Good Life was actually, this is how, like, I mean when I say the writing process, The Good Life song was actually written line by line. So actually what you are actually seeing is T-Pain actually taking a line out of each chorus. So he probably wrote over 17 choruses and took a line out of each one. So it's that's kind of crazy. That's something to think about. Like, damn, that nigga wrote 17 choruses before he actually got the main chorus to the song. So yeah, that's something to think about. That's what I mean, water. I meditate when I basically like write. So that's what I do. I use a lot of meditation. That's what I do. So when it comes to a law of attraction, I view it as a self thing. So it's more like, what do you want to become? So if you view yourself as basically a worker, I believe you might just stay a worker. But in my form, I view myself as I can be basically a God thing. I can be a God. So if you view yourself as a god, you basically can break the barriers of things, because that's basically what we come from. We come from gods and goddesses. So if you basically tell yourself you are a god, you can break yourself from the barriers of what's happening now. So that's how you really get your law of attraction, which is breaking the barrier of, oh, I'm just this vessel, I'm just this person, or I gotta have this person control something, or no, everything is in your hand, everything is in your reach, everything is in your grasp. Trust me, I can talk, because there was times where, I mean, a motherfucker was homeless, and now I'm sitting in a big ass crib now, you know what I'm saying, and my homie can bounce over there now. So it's like, yeah, you know, times change. It's what you want and how you do things. So yeah, you know, I fucks with the law of attraction thing, but it's how you view the law of attraction thing, because a lot of people think it's about keeping your focus on something, when really it's, no, what do you want to have forever? So it's like you got to view yourself, and that's how you get your future, basically. So that's one thing you want to think about. I mean, you just don't want to think of materialistic things, because honestly, what's gold is actually you, your health, you. So the materialistic shit's gonna come. It's about you taking care of yourself. My message to the youth is, when it comes to this rap game, why do you do it? Ask yourself that question. Why do you do it? It's just like basically when your boss wakes up and he asks himself in the morning, why does he put his suit and tie on every day? So that's what I would say. Why do you do it? What type of message are you putting out there? What type of image you putting out there? What do you want to last on people's minds? Do you want fucking the grass greener on this side, or do you want that brown shit? Is basically what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, that's what I would tell the youth, is basically it's time to start being aware. It's time to start waking up and being aware of your surroundings. Stop being so closed in and wake up to that you can be in a utopia. It's time to boycott these radios. It's time for the ones that are in school and that want to do this music stuff, it's time for them to flip it and use their knowledge to actually get a radio station popping, so then you can get local rappers actually heard. And it's time for the local rappers to stop being arrogant, and it's time for the local producers to stop being arrogant, because none of you guys are making money. Because if you guys were, you wouldn't be actually asking each other for money. Hint, hint. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. So the thing is that you want to do is you want to start small. And the thing is that they tell you in every fucking movie that you motherfuckers see all the time. They show y'all in every fucking movie. And you know what they show? They show that all them niggas did was give each other love. None of them was charging each other. All of them had talent, and they used it, and they got an investment. That's what happened. You get an investment because you basically get popped off on the radio. So that means if you're a rapper, you have a friend that's a cameraman, you have a friend that's a producer, you have a friend that can do promotion, he went to school for business etiquette, stuff like that. Those are the people you want to group together, and you want to create a bigger environment. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is, this is how Walmart got started. They didn't start by basically saying, hey, we're going to charge the workers. We don't charge the workers. That's not what happens. Your rapper is your worker. The only time you charge a rapper is when you actually have a building and you actually know that you're on. Your building is on. That's when you charge a rapper. Or you say, we're going to take this amount of percentage, because why? We're putting you on as the building. But you, as the producer starting off in your mom's basement, you got to get together and you got to create that. You got to create that business. You got to put that artist on. You think I'm lying? Okay. Go back into Netflix, look at the Black Mafia group. Really listen to what Big Meech said about his artists. The guy said, do you charge your artists? He said, no, why would I charge my artists? My artist is my bread. My artist is my bread. My artist is going to get me heard. My artist is going to work with my producer. My producer is going to get me heard. And once they get me heard and we get these people, this equity, which is your fans, we can now get an investment from a bigger person. Now we can talk money. That's what it's about, and everybody's lost on that. It's not about self. listen to these lyrics, you're all about self, and that's bullshit. It's bullshit. You gotta work together. It's not about personal shit neither. It's not about what's going on in somebody's personal life. This is business. When you go to your job, do they sit there and say, hey, we don't want you to come here? Why? Because you got things going on at your house. No, you still take your ass to work. It's the same way when it comes to this music shit. Muggs gotta look at that shit like that. It's time to create our own avenue, carve out our own destiny, because we can, and that's what time it is. That's my message to the youth, 100. Favorite music memory was when I performed at the Alley House. It was me, and I was doing a collaboration with UBE. Like I said, I just didn't know how these guys were basically cut, but they was cut out for this shit. They was basically getting like hits with Do or Die, and I met fucking Stefan from Do or Die, and I learned a whole bunch of shit that they was starting a whole new basically regime. But that night Bushwick Bill was in the building where we were performing, and he wasn't fucking with anybody in the crowd. With nobody in the crowd, no performers, nobody. So motherfuckers were sitting there like, man, don't talk to Bushwick Bill, don't go by Bushwick Bill. And this nigga, he was in a fucking circle with a whole bunch of bodyguards, and you know, he a short motherfucker, so you know what I'm saying, everybody kind of just like hovered over him. So it was our time to perform. I'm not gonna lie, the performers there, I mean, they was alright, I mean, they was cool, but when it comes to this music shit, on some real shit, if I can keep it 100, it's either, like my uncle told me, it's either you got it or you don't. And most of the people, like I said, when I hear stuff, it ain't really got it, you gotta work on it. But we basically performed, and we basically broke him out his shell to the point that this dude came from all the way from the back, came all the way up on the stage and literally spit a freestyle, man. He spit a freestyle for about 2 songs straight. And that night I was like, man, I want to get a picture with him, you know what I'm saying? So my homie was like, you know, don't be scared, man, we can get a picture with him. So he was chilling in the back, and he had his hat on or whatnot, he had his glasses. My boy, he's like, yo man, we want to get a picture with you or whatnot. So my homie was like, you know, he said it's cool. So we walk up over there, he like, yo, everybody pull out their phone too when he said it was cool. So everybody pull out their phone. He's like, nah, man, I only said I want 1 picture. And he looked at me and he was like, I only take 1 picture. I'll take a picture from this nigga. So I'm like, all right, damn. So I was like, cool. So I actually got the picture, and shit, that was actually something to let me know, like, damn, low key, Bushwick Bill was fucking with me, like real deal shit. I mean, that was one of my favorite moments, and my other favorite moment is it's on the net, is when we rocked the Alley House again, and we had everybody like basically chanting a song that I basically like created. It was me, my boy Quandon, and my homie Young Prop, and we rocked it that night. That shit was hot. Shout out to them too, you know what I'm saying? This your boy Kloiss, aka Checkmate, and I'm in the building with Cosmic Stereos, and we just did my first interview. Salute. Out.
Yo, I had to rap Illinois just to paint a bigger picture, no Polaroid. Need some blood, hit the plug on the Android. For your piece of the state, this is AUR. Take a train to the city of Chicago. I got the keys and I ride the piano. Women everywhere, all different zodiacs. Niggas eyeballing trying to get the measurements.